Hey friends, first off, I hope you've had a wonderful holiday season. Today, I want to slightly deviate from reviewing items or talking about food and talk briefly about AI, specifically on social media. Maybe consider sending this video to your parents or grandparents just to help get the word out and hopefully prevent them from falling for the newest trend in AI scams, which I've noticed primarily on Facebook, but I'm sure it exists on all platforms. So being a food blogger, I shared lots of recipes on all the social media platforms and have noticed, especially on Facebook lately, an alarming amount of AI generated recipes. They have thousands of likes and shares and comments. Whether these are mostly bots or not, I don't know. I'm sure a good number of them are, but it still gets traction in the algorithm. There are several recurring factors that will help you identify these fake recipes and fake profiles that I'd like to share with you. Some of these images look very fake, but many of them look incredibly delicious and only somewhat fake. At least they're not fake enough for you to go, oh, that's not real. And these can easily trick people into thinking, wow, what an amazing recipe. Some key ways to spot these posts and profiles include, first, that it has thousands of shares, likes, and comments. That's a clue that this recipe is either insanely good or it's just full of bots and innocent people who've been tricked into liking and commenting. Not all super popular recipes that have lots of comments are fake. That's true, but it's just one of the first things to notice, okay? Second is the image compared to the recipe. So let's break that down. If the image is vibrant in color, has a smooth appearance, and sometimes you might notice it has weird things going on that don't make sense. But you might have to look carefully for that. Like this image where the wrapper is literally blended into the cupcake. A lot of these recipes are taken from blogs and then ran through some AI software to rewrite the recipe slightly, if they even do that, and then generate an eye-catching photo. The third clue is if you go to the Facebook profile page, you will see a lot of very similar images with either similar backgrounds, and by similar, I mean identical positioning and perspective, like this site, for example. All of these dishes are being held in hand with a grassy, sunny background, and it just seems a little suspicious. And also, if you look at the profile image, which you can click on to see it closer, typically features 1 to 2 females that are AI generated. The pictures are always very smooth and flawless, even if the people are older. Sometimes they look a little cartoony or like they have a filter on. Also, sometimes you will see the very obvious telltale weird hand with odd fingers. That is the staple AI generated image. But AI is getting better and so are the hands, okay? So although these recipes look great, and heck, they may even turn out a good tasting product, the reason bloggers like myself make such long posts, it's not to journal what our grandma did back in the day. Maybe there's a sentence or two like that. But in reality, it's to share the best tips, tricks, how to make the recipe perfect every single time so you won't mess the recipe up and it'll be a success every single time. And it'll be safe to make. Something of which you won't get with AI generated recipes. Now, this phenomenon is prevalent in pretty much all niches on the internet. From crazy home ideas or not so crazy, you can always spot the AI in an image, if nothing else, by the window or ceiling lines, but also in storefronts. So what prompted me to make this entire video is I was really concerned about how people will be tricked into buying items from AI generated profiles that are essentially just drop shipped from China or wherever, and you can actually just find these items on Amazon, and they're probably not even accurate photos to go along with what you buy. So my husband came across this ad for these really nice leather bags, and then not 5 minutes later was served the same items from a different Facebook page. Both were AI generated profiles, and both claimed they had to close soon, which is a very common tactic with these profiles to make you feel like you have to buy it ASAP before you lose out on some crazy discount price. As of this video, the profile pages that my husband shared with me that were all very similar, they were all taken offline. However, doing a quick Google reverse image search shows a few different sites with the same exact images like this one on Amazon, which, take note, the seller here is titled generic. They didn't even come up with an actual name. And there's also this one here from AliExpress, which is a well-known Chinese e-commerce site. And even then, there's this PayPal review talking about the boots that he purchased that were supposed to look like what you see in the image. And this reviewer calls this a fraudulent seller, saying they ordered genuine leather boots and received cheap fabric boots with glued on soles. And so when I look up Clark & Moore, which was the Facebook page that my husband sent me, and it's now closed. They do have an actual website, which hasn't tragically shut down. And at first glance, looks very legitimate. Has pretty photos, a lot of items for sale. However, they have all the same stock images, and nowhere on the site does it have social media handles or info on where these genuine leather items are made. And you would think if they're genuine, they'd be super proud of saying this was made in, my small town here in, New Hampshire or wherever. Anyways, what I recall from these Facebook profiles selling all these leather goods before they shut down was, besides the similar leather products that they sold that were genuine and that they were all going out of sale, is that they had AI generated profile images of an older woman that was doing some leather work. So it would try to get you to think it's an older generation person who knows the trade and has the skill to craft genuine leather items. So just be on alert when you are purchasing items off of social media, Facebook, Instagram, etc., or even trying recipes out that are AI generated. You probably won't get the product or the final result of the food that you're trying to make that you hoped for. And before buying anything from an ad on Facebook, please do a quick Google image reverse search on it. See if the item is legitimate or just a cheap drop shipped item, and you'll notice if that image pops up with lots of different results from lots of different stores. And if you still want to buy that item and give it a shot, at least then you'll know where to find the cheapest place to buy that product, because odds are it's on multiple sites and even on Amazon. And at least if it's on Amazon, most things can be returned pretty easily. So that's all I have to say on AI content right now. We're all trying to figure out how to use it and have it not take over our entire professions. If this video has been helpful for you, or maybe for a friend or a parent or grandparent, let me know in the comments below, or let me know if you have any tips on spotting AI generated fake profiles, pictures, recipes, anything like that. And that's all for today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your year, and we'll see you next time. Bye.